Welcome back, people. It is episode 25 of season 6 of the Taxi Squad podcast. We got a fair amount to get into today. Before we do, like, follow, subscribe, maybe tell a friend. We got strange and unusual topics about people not wholesaling their weapons. We also have strange and unusual topics about little ties. We have people drinking beer. Some NCAA College World Series is in full effect. Much to talk about there for your boy. We have some World Cup talk on our hands. There could have been a hat trick, first time in a long time. Lots and lots of MLB talk ahead of us. Big series wins for our White Sox and a little bit of injury and trade deadline talk. We got a Knicks win to discuss. That city's back up. NBA Finals breakdown, future season review, NHL Stanley Cup playoff breakdown, and a scotch of NFL. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back, it's the Taxi Squad, yeah.
Vince!
Yeah, boy.
Happy hump day.
Happy hump day to you. On a Wednesday? When do we ever do this? Every week except for last. Good times. We're officially at the point of the year, and thank the Lord for the World Cup, because we're at the point of the year where sports become less prevalent. That's where we are, kids, and it's sad.
We are there. We are, in fact, there, Vince. It's not a time of the year that we generally look forward to, but we create some fun content. We're going to have some guests during this time of the year that should perk up your baseball ears. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
But for now, I mean, we talk about a lot of baseball, man. And rightfully so. And every other year we talked about baseball. It's sad and depressing and very mute. But now, I mean, we're both rocking our Sox hats. We're looking like jazzy little guys, right?
Yeah.
I got a shave, beard Mike, not usually a norm for the pod, but hey, sometimes you just got to rock it, dude.
I like it. I've always said you should keep it. One of these days.
Yeah, I feel like a dirty pirate every time I rock the stash and the beard.
Well, that's because you don't line your shit up. You take it all off. So you're not going to sit there with a razor and make sure it's all lined up. Like, you see that perfect line I got going on? You don't do that.
I mean, Vince, I don't grow facial hair.
You see that incredible fade that I have going on right there that I did myself? You don't do that.
Yeah, Vince, I'm not saying I'm trying to do that, dude.
You just don't do that. And also, yes, you can. Right there. You were looking at it. You have it on you. It's not splotchy once you grow it out, kid. Come on.
Then it gets itchy. Vince, and then I feel like I'm
like
all the
grown
time.
fucking man. Oh, my little face is itchy. Oh, my
Who the fuck likes being itchy?
I'm itchy. You're itchy.
Hey, I'm not Richie. I'm itchy.
True. As long as it's happening above the waistline, you're fine. If it's downstairs, get it checked out. That's what I always say.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And make sure, if that's you, make sure you go get that looked at.
Yeah.
Could be, there are little crabs out there that could, not necessarily if you got with a strange lady, but maybe you just sat on the wrong toilet seat. Maybe you didn't decide to nest, okay? And always bird nest. Now, like, that is a rule that many people don't talk about. You always got to bird nest it, right?
I don't even know what that means.
Really?
What is a bird nest?
You don't lay down the nest as you take a two in a public restroom. You just raw dog the seat.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your hair. I'm like,
no.
What? You have like a little area in the middle where something can live there? And
did you totally miss my diatribe about the crabs? I was trying to put this in the most
pleasant way. I'm sorry.
possible.
I was looking at Joe Rogan on my computer, to be honest.
Okay, well, Joe Rogan's coming, but the only thing I'm saying is to the crowd.
Yeah.
Is that if that's the case, you gotta nest it, because if you don't,
I don't know how you got to that. We were talking about getting crabs. Oh, because you could get it from the toilet seat.
Yeah. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to be with a little strange lady
I
or
see.
fella,
Okay.
whatever your stroke of life is. Pause. But listen, that can happen. That can happen to the worst of us. And then you got that. That's why you got to make sure you put down a nest.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, you shave up down there, because if you don't, you're
Something
exposing
can live in
yourself.
there. I just don't. I don't do that
You don't do
in
that?
public. I just don't.
Well,
I
Vince,
hold it in-
sometimes
I
what
hold it in
happens.
for insane amounts of time before.
But sometimes, Vince, your stomach starts kicking like 2 MTX 12s in the back of a Cutlass,
Yeah.
and you gotta go. And it's
I
not good
get-
to hold that shit in. Literally,
I've got my
figuratively.
pre and
You gotta get
pros
rid of
in
that.
such a place now that I have daily scheduled poops.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
I literally
impressive.
don't do it at all for the rest of the day, and I don't even feel the yearning to do so unless I have food poisoning, and that is the correction. That is the only adjustment.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. What a
Wake up in the
organized little
morning
fella.
in a shit shower shave.
That's
not in
your,
that order.
That's gonna be our new theme song.
A shave before a shower. But yeah, so that's that on that.
You shave before you shower?
I do, because then you can just wash all that stuff off, do the whole face routine.
Yeah, but then your skin is not as malleable.
I clean the
to the
skin
steam.
around where I'm shaving. And then I use the shave soap and the straight razor.
You don't wash
know?
your face before you shave?
Now we're talking about who's not listening. I clean the skin with a specified shaving soap around where I'm going to shave. And then I use the shave soap with the brush. I brush it on.
Oh yeah, the brush. Yeah, that's a good one.
I straight razor it down with our former sponsor. Shout out to you. Come back to us. And then I go into the shower, get it all off, and then I use the aftershave and the lotion and the SPF. Take care of your skin, kids.
Shout out to Henson Shaving. They were around for a long time. I don't think anybody's ever heard of them ever again.
Nah, I still get ads from them because I buy the razors from them still. I'm like, I'm straight up like, we had them for so long and I like their razors so much that I still use them. So honestly, shout out to them.
I still have the handle. I mean, they were a great brand to work with. They were a lovely partner. Just they went a different direction as to their marketing play. And to be fair, you know what? Sometimes less ads the better. We're here to deliver the content. And speaking of delivering the content, Vince, James Harden's back up to no good, man. He's no good. Was he at a strip club? Strip club?
I am gonna be in a very rare place for the man Vince here. I'm here to defend James Harden.
Oh Jesus, here we go.
I'm here to defend James. Usually I don't. Usually I'm like, yeah, James Harden, up to no good sometimes. I mean, I don't care what he does off the court. When he's on the court, he's a liability when it comes down to game sevens. We know this. Strange and unusual, though, James Harden pulled over, gun not in a holster, given a misdemeanor, and a released on $100 bond. Big story. People were talking about it all over the place. James Harden with the gun. James Harden had a gun in Texas, like everybody else in Texas. And he just didn't have his gun holstered. So either it was on the seat or in the cup holder or whatever. Cop pulls him over, goes to jail, out in a $100 bond. He's not even going to get charged with anything. I guarantee it. It just wasn't holstered. That's all it was.
Yeah, to give everybody some background, Vince is a big, innocent until proven guilty. I mean, to give this some clarity, I mean, he was on the side of Diana Rossini. He was on the side of Diana Rossini. Everybody knew that bitch was guilty. This guy was American. Mike, I'm not sure.
I'm an American. I didn't know you grew up in communist Russia. I thought we were neighbors. Let it play out.
Listen,
Mike's like, he's guilty.
I'm just saying.
Guillotine. Guillotine.
No, I'm not.
Diana Rossini, horrible person. Guillotine because she held hands once.
I'm not saying anybody's a horrible person. Maybe a horny person, but I mean that's a different story.
What's so bad about what he did except he didn't have his gun holstered? He was just in his car. He wasn't drunk.
Then, listen, it's not like Plaxico Burress who shot himself in a nightclub.
Could it have gone off? Sure, because it wasn't holstered. But
but if the safety was on and all that good stuff, it's all good. This is why, gun safety is a big one. Take a little class. But then again, to your point, Vince, he was in his own vehicle, doing his own thing, got pulled over for speeding. I mean, it is Texas. You could be a cowboy in Texas. You just have to have a valid driver's license. And beyond that, you can go buy a weapon anywhere.
Yeah. And keep your gun holster when you're driving. That's his only crime. And you know that because it's $100 bond. $100.
You could literally be a cowboy. Yeah, it's $100. Are you kidding that for him? It's like whatever.
I know. He sneezes that out every day.
Dude, yeah, that's not even a sneeze. That's a little boogie.
Yeah.
To a guy like him, I mean, he's made his money. What's the legacy of James Harden, by the way?
I love that question because he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Why?
Because he's a 2-time MVP. He's led the league in scoring. He's been in...
Never won a chip.
Crazy battles. Yeah, but either did Chris Paul, and is he a Hall of Famer?
True.
Chris Paul never won an MVP either, you know? So it's kind of like, all right, he went toe-to-toe with the Warriors a couple years there with the Rockets, with Chris Paul. Like, he's going to be good, but he's going to be the example of late series, game on the line, choke sauce. He's the king of choking. And that sucks.
Well, as we saw how the finals played out, I don't think anybody was touching the Knicks. They're too well organized. They got the most out of that offense.
If it wasn't 1 year, you know, and also you look at the games and he's like, good game, and you're like, oh shit, James Harden fucked up again. It's tails all this time.
When the lights do get bright, he's not very good. That is for sure.
Yeah, that's just the way it is.
What kind of gun? What kind of? Okay, my next question for this. So he had the gun unholster. What kind of gun was it? What vehicle was?
I think it was a BAR.
A BAR. Okay.
Yeah, you know, one of those light machine gun. I think it was probably a handgun.
I don't know. Who knows? It is Texas. That's why I asked. Because you're rolling around with an AR, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was an AR. I'm assuming it was a handgun if it was sitting on the seat.
Maybe he's rolling around with a shotty. Maybe he's got a little snub-nosed.
James Harden was driving his Mercedes sedan in downtown Houston.
Dope.
And then what gun did James Harden have?
The Oogle machine is with us.
It just said handgun. That's all it's saying.
Oh, all right.
It didn't specify.
Glock
he hired a very, very, very notorious or notable, or however you want to say it, lawyer for the case. He'll probably get off fine. It's not a big deal. But everybody's like, James Harden after it again. You're like, he had a gun in his. He wasn't even drunk.
Yeah, that's good. You know what?
It was 3:15 in the morning.
Well, that's a little. He was probably, that could have been a variable there. He could have been under some sort of influence, but they can't prove it.
They got arrested. They would have figured it out.
Not necessarily. You don't have to take a drug test.
I guess, and it was suspicion on drunk driving.
You don't have to. I mean, like I said, you don't necessarily have to be drunk, but they can't force you to tinkle in a cup.
The only thing he was charged with was unlawful carrying of a weapon. Misdemeanor.
Okay.
Misdemeanor charge. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
you want to know what the bigger, absolute illegal, maybe felony that happened over the weekend, Mike?
There was a terrorist plot at UFC 250.
If you're going terrorist as in style terrorism, then yes.
No, both things are true.
That I know, but I'm saying this is bigger than that too.
What? Wait, what? What happened? I don't watch the UFC, so what happened?
No, Joe Rogan's tie. That was the terrorist attack. As a man that considers myself pretty well dressed, Mike, I can put on a fit if I need to. I don't dress poorly. I don't dress amazing, but I dress well. Okay, in my opinion.
One could say he has riz, as the kids would say today, or some could say swag.
Yeah.
Or some could say stunt like my daddy.
Do you know what riz is short for?
What is riz short for?
Charisma. Learned that the other day too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, when we get to soccer, I want to talk about the etymology of the term soccer too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. Not football.
But the first thing I want to show you is Crime Against Humanity Joe Rogan with maybe the most poorly tied tie of all time. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it.
He's built like a
Dude.
fucking pit bull.
He is, dude. He's the most
He's built
dense-
like a brick shithouse pit bull.
He's the most dense 5'7" man I've ever seen in my life.
He's not a big guy, but he will end you.
100%. I would die in the ring with Joseph Rogue. But
yes, that man is
you have
scary.
to assume he's got a lot of money. He's probably getting tailored suits. Suit looks like it fits fine. He put on this tie, big knot, beautiful knot on the top. The rule is the tie should be right above your belt. Should go all the way down.
Correct.
This is above the button above his belt. We're talking 2 inches of clearance under his tie, dude, at the White House. I'm offended. I saw it and I was like,
Well,
no one said a word. No one said a word to Mr. Rogan.
Well, if he goes jacket buttoned, then it's of no concern because then you wouldn't notice. Because usually you go top button, bottom button goes unreleased, right?
Right.
That's just kind of suit etiquette.
Yeah.
Now,
but when you do that, the tie's supposed to stick out at the bottom.
In theory, you are correct.
If it's tailored properly,
it would have drawn less attention if he would have had it buttoned, because then you would have been paying attention to where the camera angle was. But the camera guy did no favors here. No favors here.
Well, he was
at all.
in the ring
Now,
too interviewing people, and it's like, fix your tie. I swear to God.
Well, maybe that's just, once again, thick neck guy. Maybe he didn't tie it long enough. He's built like a brick shit house.
Why is he even tying his own tie in a pay-per-view event? Have somebody else do it.
Chance, maybe he's not, Vince. Maybe, to your point, maybe
Someone else did
is
that to
tying
him?
his tie. Maybe they did. Maybe he wasn't even thinking about it. But then again, you do kind of look in a mirror. Hey, give me another tie.
Yeah.
Pre-show, give me another tie. This tie's
I'm at
fucked.
the White House. What are we doing?
Or maybe he did it for clout. Because, I mean, granted, he has the largest podcast on the planet. But he also could say that maybe I just want a little bit of clout because everybody's talking about him now.
I guess so, but I don't aim for him as a style god, but like, what are we doing? Did you catch any of the Freedom 250? Dumbass name of Freedom 250.
I did not catch any of the Freedom 250. I just caught the highlights. I saw one man's orbital bone stick out of his face.
Dude.
I saw another man say that Michelle Obama's a man. And then I also heard of the terrorist plot to take our president's life.
Yeah. Honestly, like the Michelle Obama thing was dumb as shit. I'm just like, why the fuck are we doing this at the goddamn White House? I'm like, this is so dumb. I thought the event was kind of stupid, if I'm being honest, too. Like, what are we
American,
doing?
Vince. It's American.
I guess. It's just kind of like, why are we doing this there? This is so dumb. It's such a waste of fucking money to do a UFC event. Sure, I guess. If you're going by gluttonous and a waste of money, then yes, it is American. Good
it's American. No,
call.
Israel just gets all of our money, Vince. It's fine.
That's bullshit. But yeah, I mean, as far as the fights are concerned, they were awesome. I don't think any one of the fights went the distance. I think all of them were TKOs or KOs. A couple of them were bloody and insane. That was very fun.
Yeah.
So some would sequester if it was prefabricated. Some would. I would.
Well, wasn't there a Trump family member who put something out on Twitter or something allegedly that got released on Twitter that he was asking Daniel Cormier, Cormier, if any of the fights were rigged, and then he posted it and then deleted said tweet.
Yeah, I don't know how far I can believe any of it, to be honest. You know.
And then the Trump family member came out and said, "Oh no, that was an AI." That's like their family's cover for everything.
I know.
Too bad the Bidens didn't know about AI when the coke was being left in the White House. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the Hunter could have been just like, dude, it was AI.
Oh, I don't know if you know, Hunter Biden's on Twitter now. And he's awesome on Twitter. Everything he's posting, I'm like, this guy's a maniac. This guy rocks.
He's America's cokehead. He's America's cokehead first. No doubt.
But that being said, though, I mean, like the fights were cool. That whole rigged thing, I try to be like, whatever. People used to be like, I got hacked. Now it's like, oh, that was AI. That's all they have to say. Like Ray Allen's like, I got hacked. You're like, someone hacked you and said, like, I'm going to start with your lips and then move down. Like, there's no way that any of that happened. That wasn't a hack, Ray, you dirty little dog. Like, Shannon Sharp got hacked and that's why he posted his sex tape on Instagram. Don't know about that either. Like, all that shit.
In fairness, it wasn't a sex tape. It was just audio.
He was just
saying, don't you run from me.
Yeah. He's like, Dana White did come out and say it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and that's going to happen one time, and it will not happen again. So, fun when it happened. Cool.
Awesome.
Kind of stupid, but okay.
Once again, they want to bring back some lore and the American spirit in year 250 of America. And
you just don't have to say a former first lady's a man on the fucking lawn of the White House. That is crazy. That is crazy.
He wants the clout. By the way, do you know what the alleged?
Why are we doing it there?
Do you want to know what the alleged name of the Michelle Obama male figurine is?
Not really, but what is it?
Your co-host, Michael. There you go.
Oh,
yeah, that's what they originally called her. And then Joan Rivers said a bunch of shit before she croaked. She was older than dirt, anyways. Before
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Then
do you think she died with any microplastics?
They killed Joan Rivers for outing Michelle Obama. It's like Joan Rivers was older than fucking dirt. Okay?
Pretty sure all of the microplastics in her body killed her. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, all of the knives of many years of plastic surgery may have taken the life of Joan Rivers and many other different substances. But I digress. Vince, speaking of substances, can we talk about the Scots for a minute, Beth?
Yes, we can.
The Scots are drinkers, and the Scots are in Boston. And it's a
awesome.
lot of them, it's their first time.
It's awesome.
It's a first time, and if it's not Scottish, it's crap. And
what are they calling the Tartan Army?
They're called the Tartan Army or something along these lines. I could listen to these people talk for years. Okay. Their accents are fantastic. I really get a big kick out of them. But Samuel Adams, the tap room, which is the brand's flagship tap room, they are located in Boston. Boston beer, Boston lager, which is what you drink when usually you drink a Samuel Adams. The brand, the Boston lager, was drunk out of the bar and the tap room. So the Tartan Army, Scotland supporters, drank 4 times what the company normally stocks during a typical 4-day holiday stretch like the 4th of July, adding that it had to schedule an emergency delivery of beer Saturday morning and adding extra deliveries this week to make sure it has enough. We've never seen anything like it, Billy DeCane of the Sam Adams Boston Taproom told NBC Boston. The White Bull Tavern, there was no beer, Scottish fan Dave Ward told NBC. The Scottish fans just drank the place dry, and all they had was Bud Light. Pretty much everything we ran out of, everything. Paul Morris of the White Bull Tavern said, tenants being number 1. The fans have been unbelievable. They're great, fun drinking, partying, and having a great time.
The Western Europeans... We've learned this. Remember when they did the rugby finals at Soldier Field and they ran out of beer? And it was Ireland? We know this is going to happen. Have some better forecasting, friends. Like you're going to get pushed to your limit. You should have extras no matter what. I love that they're everywhere and they're experiencing American culture in Boston, which is a great place for them to be. Did you see them at Fenway?
Yes.
Did you hear them at Fenway?
I think everybody heard them at Fenway.
Okay.
They just love to sing. They love to sing, and I find it to be the most wonderful thing of all time.
For those of you that are listening and watching, I'm going to play. So the song stopped that they were playing like 2 minutes before, and they just continued to sing. This is what it sounded like at Fenway during the game while this guy was pitching.
What a night. Just a brilliant group of people. Still singing from the break. The song's been over for minutes.
We know how to have fun.
Dude, it is like the consummate like soccer hooliganism, yelling when games are going on, all of the hype that you hear about that you're like, man, American sports could really use this. That's what it is. Imagine going to a baseball game, people are just screaming like that, or going to a football game and having the same thing.
It's a cultural phenomenon, and I love it. It's
I
something
think
that
it's
we
awesome.
need more of.
Yeah.
And it's something that I believe when you do go to a different country, like an Ireland or a Scotland, I feel like it would be a fun boys trip to do so. And you got to go to a match. You got to hear this live.
I will be going to Newcastle upon Tyne sometime in the next 5 to 10 years.
Is that a do? Is that a do it?
Mine's I'm a Newcastle United fan. I gotta go see the homeland.
All right. Well, maybe I'll take a trip out there with you.
Okay.
Could be a
Because then we can go to Scotland too,
trip.
because it's not very far from there. So that'd be cool.
Not to invite myself, but we're doing a Euro
No,
trip.
please. Yeah.
It'd be fun.
I've been to Ireland many a time. I've never been to. Well, I've been to London too, but I have not been up north.
I have some friends up in Manchester that might be able to hook it up.
Sick.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. Now, Vince, before we do anything moving forward in the podcast, I'd like to remind everybody, please do not forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We have a hotline. And if you don't call the hotline, then you can never voice how you feel about sports life.
You can't come up to us and be like, hey, man, your opinion was wrong. Why did you tell us? Huh?
Right.
What up, big man? Oh, cool. You could do that off the air? Call us, dude.
I see you keyboard warriors out there. All you tweeting deleters.
Yeah.
Make me sick to my stomach's, fam. Call it in 312-725-2107. And Vince, speaking of which, I believe we have a new fan calling in.
We have a new one today.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Go ahead. I'm going to second shelf, right? Yeah. Hello? Sorry, let me step away from the music. Okay, hello. Guess who? That's right, it's me, Dimitri. I just called to check in as your FIFA World Cup correspondent, right? Or maybe I'm a woman. Who's to tell? It's none of your business anyway. But anyway, I'm going to run down all the countries with the best feet and the worst feet, all right? This is only the beginning, so I'm going to progress and keep going, all right? So, starting off, Germany. Great people, great dance clubs, terrible feet, clogs. They get all mushed up in those wooden clogs, right? Crazy. All right. Fast forward to Belgium. I don't even know the FIFA World Cup, but it doesn't even matter, right? Yes. Belgium. Pretty good feet. All right. Go to maybe South America, right? Yes. Brazil. Terrible feet. Good ass, though. Both man and women's. All right. After that, we're going to travel to maybe, I don't know, North America, right? Maybe the US of A, right? Very good feet, right? Very perfect soles, good toes, very good feet. All right, well, I'm going to go back to the club now. I'm sorry if I took too much of your time. Big sexy gay Vince and big sexy gay Mike. We'll see you guys at the club.
Oh boy, I feel violated. I feel violated.
I'm sorry. Oh,
I feel violated. I feel violated in more ways than one.
That wasn't about sports.
Dimitri, you're a horny little guy.
Ranking feet on this show in the year 2026 feet ranking.
Dimitri, for the record, Belgium is in Group G, and Belgium doesn't have very good feet.
No.
He
says pretty good feet.
Pretty good feet in Belgium? Germany,
yeah.
feet.
Okay, to walk it through for people that don't know, dance clubs in Germany, great. Terrible feet, clogs. Belgium, Don't even know if he's in the World Cup, but he said pretty good feet. South America, Brazil, terrible feet. Good ass, both men and women, and America, very good feet. Good soles, perfect toes, very good feet. That's where we're at. That's it.
The music was such a lovely touch, by the way.
It was. Well, he was in the club. He's at the dance club.
He's at the dance club.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking time out of the dance club, Dimitri. But
Yes.
this leads us into a lovely topic of the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And they may have good feet while kicking football.
Mm-hmm.
But, I will say the Brazilians from a crowd perspective are winning.
Yes. Certainly. Wow. And it's
Bella,
every year.
You may want to go hang out. Out there.
In Brazil?
No. Well, yeah.
I was say I got friends from there. We could go. No, they are. And every single year it's like Mexico and Brazil are always just going to show up and be like, "Oh, all these women are gorgeous." It just is what it is. It's clear as day. It's always been the case. Not surprised at all. I'm not.
True.
Now their football club, different question on that one, because they're always one of the favorites. They haven't been amazing the last couple years. Is there something to be desired about it? Before we get into it, Mike, though, I learned something today.
What did you learn, Vince?
Do you know the etymology of the term soccer?
No.
You know how Americans get shit on for not calling it football?
Correct.
Like, it's called football. It's not soccer. Why do you call it that? We didn't come up with it.
Is it Latin? Us. Like most of the rest of the English language?
It came from the dirty colonizers. It came from England. So
it's it, mate.
Back in the 1800s. Back in the 1800s, there was a thing. So it was at this school. It was an elite British school in universities. They would, like kids do, turn words into slang. So rugby and soccer. But soccer was called association football. So what they would do is add an ER to the end of it. So they would say, like, rugby, rugger. Lecture, a lecker. They called association football association. Or a sock with the C, a sock, add the ER to the end, a soccer. A bunch of really rich, powerful people would just start calling it soccer or soccer.
Soccer.
And moved here. Everybody was calling it soccer. In the early to mid 20th century, England started phasing out that term, but they were using it as late as 1950. And then they got rid of it, and they're like, "Why don't you call it football?" Bitch, you brought it here as soccer.
It's the fucking Redcoats, Vince. I fucking knew it, man. It's the Redcoats, dude.
We just kept calling it soccer because we had gridiron football. So we kept it as soccer. And now they're mad that we call it that. Pick one. Pick one. That's all I got.
Pick one. Fucking Redcoats. Don't tell me which one is right and tell me which one isn't.
Right. Because you came up with
a little bit of a tea party on the word soccer.
Yeah.
And then we created our own version of football, which is played on a gridiron.
And now you're like, change it back. That was your call,
never changed it back. We got our own football,
man.
And no offense, it's a little bit cooler than yours.
I think it is too. But maybe the crowds aren't as cool because the Scots really came after it. And I'm like, it's kind of sick.
The Scots are cool. I'd party with those guys. I'd hang out with those guys.
Samesies, dude.
Sure. Just to hear them talk. I'd love to go drinking with a Scotsman. But Vince, to your point, soccer is in full effect. I've tried to watch, man, but we'll get into it. I have been just knee deep in the college baseball World Series.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic.
I don't blame it.
Just I love every second of it. It's so much fun.
That's why there's two people on this pod, Mike.
Game currently in progress. We'll get into it. But England showed out against the Croats. Mm-hmm. They look good. I hear Croatia's beautiful. I'd love to go. Portugal and the DR Congo tied at the end of regulation.
Yep.
Going in. Right now, Ghana and Panama tied at 85.
Fun.
So getting pretty crazy.
There's a lot of ties. There's a lot of ties right now. We're in the group stages. It's going to move.
A lot of ties. What do they don't call it a tie. What do they call it?
Draw?
It's a draw. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Learning the verbiage.
Win-loss draw. Yeah.
Mm.
Big storylines, though, obviously, is going to be the two GOATs. Is this their last dance for the two of them? Ronaldo ends the game at 41. They tie their game. The story is Messi, though, because the conversation is Messi's old. He plays in the MLS. Is he going to be that good? Argentina wins last time. Do they have enough weaponry to make it back to the World Cup final again this year? 38-year-old man scored a hat trick yesterday or 2 days ago, and he's been my GOAT. If I'm going between the two, he's like, Ronaldo is a very good soccer player. He's been talented and big and fast his entire life. Messi, I don't know if you call it might have been a birth defect or something of that. Kept him very small. He was the scrappy player, all this shit. Wins a World Cup last time. I think he's got 3 Ballon d'Ors or whatever they're called, like the best player awards. He goes in there and gets 3 goals right off the bat, and you're like, this guy's coming for vengeance again. And I'm hyped about it. And watching those two play, if you're a soccer fan, soccer fan, watch it now, dude, because it's not going to happen again after this. And this is the most fun soccer is going to be when it's country on country,
Well, Vince, to your point, if you think of like the greats in sports over the past 30 years, we're talking like Tony Gwynn, you're talking Peyton Manning, you're talking Kobe Bryant, you're talking some of the best ever put on a uniform.
Okay. Sorry. Just
what?
The combination of players was wild. You said...
Well, they're all from different sports, dude.
I know, but you said Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
And then?
Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
All at the back half of their careers put on epic performances to remind you of who they were.
Okay.
That's where I was leading with that.
Got you. But if I would have assumed it would have been like Barry Bonds, Tom Brady, LeBron James, not Tony Gwynn, Peyton Manning.
What I'm saying is about
Got
Messi is that he doesn't necessarily do a hat trick goal night every night, but he reminds you on occasion that he's still one of the best to ever play the game. And Kobe at the end maybe wasn't the best player on the court, but was still reminding you.
I got
pretty
it.
much every other night, every other game. That guy is still a baller. Michael Jordan did the same thing with the Wizards when he came back. It's like he didn't really have to retire. He just is always good. LeBron does the same thing. I will give LeBron the roses there. Every now and again, LeBron will pop off for 30 plus, and you're like, that guy's still a dog.
Yep.
Will I say he's top 5? Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say you better, dude.
He's top 3 in my opinion, but he's never won. Okay, so there you go.
Yep.
We know the reasons why, but this is a great story. This is what you love to see. LeBron has not won
a ring.
No, meaning of top 3, he's not won.
I was like, yeah, he has, dude.
No, he's won 5. I know that, Vince. I'm not an idiot.
Okay.
I get that. I know that.
I got you.
So Messi's playing for Argentina, correct? Forgive me if
Messi is Argentinian. Yes, sir.
Yes, correct. Okay. See, I know this much. Did you see Mbappe hit a goal from like 50 yards out?
He's so good.
It was a missile.
Yeah.
That man is insane. If my betting odds are on any country right now, I'm probably leaning France because it's stupid.
The only reason it wouldn't be is because they're
insane.
probably minus 700 right now. Everybody's in on the French train. And yeah, I mean, they are that good. And they're probably likely going to win them or Spain. I do want to bring up the Viking we talked about last week. Erling Haaland.
Yes, Erling Haaland.
He puts in a goal yesterday, I believe it was, or if it was this morning. And I'm like, God damn, this guy. Like, he's going to single-handedly take Norway into a place that they've never even qualified to be in the World Cup. And then they go out and get a win today, and you're like, oh, shit. Like, yeah, he had 2 goals today. 2 goals in this one. And you're like, all right, this guy's a dog. It's nice to see a changing of the guard a little bit. And maybe there's a new country that hasn't been very good that might be kind of good this year, Mike.
Who's that? The U.S.?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're going to win it all.
Who have they played, Vince? Who have they played?
They played Paraguay, which is a decent team.
Okay.
And they didn't beat Paraguay by 1 goal. I mean, mind you, Portugal, a good team with Ronaldo, they tie it up with DR Congo today. U.S. wins 4-1 in their opening. You got goals from Reyna, who wasn't even in it last time because him and Burkholder had beef. Christian Pulisic, he has a little injury, but he should be okay. We have one guy on our team, and I'm neglecting to remember his name, but he's on the American team, Mike, because he's from England, but his parents were in America, and his mom was too pregnant to fly back, so she had to give birth in America. So he's like, I guess I'm American now, and that's why he plays on the U.S. team. I think we should do that all the time. Just keep pregnant British people here until they give birth.
Or just do it like the World Baseball Classic and just, hey, even if your parents remotely sniffed Italy at one point, you could play on the Italian
But that's
team.
the thing. His parents are just not American. He was just born
There you
here.
go.
They're just like, okay.
Yeah, it's the same principle as the World Baseball Classic. It's
But
the
even
same
so,
idea.
you're like, oh,
yep,
I have some
no big deal.
American in me. They don't even have any American in him. He was just born on soil. That's it.
Well, if he was born on soil, that does make him, in fact, an American, Vince.
Sure thing. Naturalized citizen, my
Parents
friend.
don't he's an American. His parents aren't necessarily American, but
100%. If you're born here, you're American. It is what it is.
Hundo P, dude. Not 70, not 80. Hundo.
Hundo P.
Hundo P.
Most notably American.
I'll get more into soccer. I will. I promise.
When the
as it
knockout
starts-
stage comes, you're gonna. Yeah, that's just kind of how it works. But it is nice too, because it'll be middle of a work day or Sunday morning. You're like, what do I have to watch? Baseball's not on again. You turn it on and like South Korea's playing South Africa, and you're like, sweet, okay,
Sick.
tune in.
I mean, at that point, I'll be a little invested.
Yeah. It's something to have on, man. It's something to have on. And like, I just, I like golf a lot and I just don't watch it a lot. I'd much rather watch a soccer game than a golf game. That's for
Golf
sure.
is very nap material.
Oh, White
You got
Sox just
nothing
tied it
else
up.
going.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get into the baseball, Vince,
I
but
know,
before
I'm
we
just
do,
watching
let's
it,
talk
dude.
about some collegiate baseball.
No, they didn't. They're
We
right
have
Yankees.
a ball game in Omaha going on.
Yes.
Right now, Vince.
Yeah.
We have a ball game going on in Omaha. We had 2 actually happen today. If you've not been watching these World Baseball, or should I say World Baseball,
College
this
baseball.
Men's College World Series, it's been fantastic. I've been watching these games from the jump. We've had some really good play going on in this tournament. Troy knocks off Ole Miss. West Virginia, double elimination, mind you. So you need to be beaten twice in order to move on. So it's kind of like round robin. If you lose, you play the team that beat the other one, and you keep moving. Unless you lose twice, then you're out. West Virginia, I would like to remind everybody, was pumping like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
They were scoring an aggressive amount of runs, minus against Troy. Okay, they scored 7. But every other game, okay, they were scoring aggressively. They played Troy game 2, put up 12 runs. Cal Poly, when they played them in the regional conferences, put up 17 runs.
Damn.
They were just smoking.
Yeah, they score so much, dude. It's crazy.
So they beat Troy after their little back and forth. Today, they played North Carolina. North Carolina has been dogging every series they've been in. They haven't lost once. North Carolina's been undefeated in this entire play.
They're in the final now?
Pool. So after a win today, pumping West Virginia 12-7, they are now the team going into the final of Saturday, which will be the College Baseball World Series. After tonight, it will be decided. Currently, right now, we have Oklahoma and Georgia going for that final spot.
Dude, Georgia has a late game heroics thing to them. I've watched 2 of their games. Both games I've watched, like almost completely, have been Georgia games for some reason. They're just on at the right times. The last game I watched too was like they were down like 3-4 runs, and all of a sudden it was like Homer. Couple more manufactured runs, and you're like, God damn it, they won again. And based on how it looks right now, they have another opportunity to score 3 more runs and tie it up again. Because Oklahoma's beating them by 3 right now in the top of the 6. So,
Well, Vince, they played Oklahoma on Monday night.
yeah.
And they lost 4-3.
Okay.
It was a battle of a game, pitcher's duel.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, right now that I encourage and implore everybody to pay attention to if you're watching the rest of this college baseball World Series, pay attention to a most American Georgia boy, gentleman by the name of Daniel Jackson.
Okay.
Daniel Jackson
If he's playing on Saturday.
If he's playing, if not, tune in right now because chances are that boy is going to hit a bomb.
They're not going to hear this until tomorrow morning.
Golden Spikes Award winner.
Okay.
Has won like every major award for the SEC in baseball this year.
Beast.
Is an absolute dog of a catcher.
Yeah.
And in my eyes, probably a top 10 to top 20 pick in the upcoming MLB draft, which we will be discussing in the coming weeks. But Daniel Jackson seems to be it. He hit 32 bombs this year in regular season play.
Behind the plate?
Which is insane. 32 bombs. The other night, he hit a home run.
They play
off
62 games, 65 games, something like that. He hit a home run in half of them?
Half of them.
Oh, my God, dude.
Just an absolute.
It's like hitting 83 home runs or 81 home runs in an MLB season.
Absolute beast. Okay. And to your point, in the 8th inning the other night, hit an absolute moonshot off the pitcher against OU, a freshman. And the ball traveled 460 feet with an exit velo of 110.
What a
this
beast.
Kid rakes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a pitcher's duel. OU, as you can see, 4-3. Last night, Georgia edges Texas in another pitcher's duel. They had 2 guys basically go the distance for them.
Damn.
On Georgia, and they only allowed 1 run? Not even. 0 runs.
Damn.
They had 2 guys the entire stretch of the game pitching for them. On Georgia. Texas, on the other hand, was just making silly mistakes. Making
games.
Really, really bad mistakes.
That's how you lose ball games.
And that is true. So the pitching performance by Dylan Vig and Justin Bird totaled 9 innings, gave up a whopping total of 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 3 total walks, 12 strikeouts.
Boy.
Crazy work. Now, the opposite side, Texas was shoving. Luke Harrison, 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 4 base on balls, 11 strikeouts. Sam Kozar, freshman. This kid looks like the second coming of like prime. Who's the guy with the R?
Why? What's
Craig
happening?
Kimbrell.
Thank you.
Looks
Jeez
like
Louise.
the second coming of Craig Kimbrell or the guy they used to call Thor. Just an absolute unit.
Gotcha.
No Syndergaard.
Yep.
This team was crazy. What was even crazier about Texas, their shortstop, Adrian Rodriguez, over the course of the College Baseball World Series, in his last 5 games, was hitting .667.
Jesus Christ. Those are Andrew Vaughn numbers.
Was hitting .667. He was basically untouchable. He was hitting in every series he was in. And this game, just quiet, just had 1 hit. Now, granted, there was 2 defensive plays that really ruined them. Texas had a snow cone catch in the middle of the outfield. All right. And one thing leads to another. And ball comes out of the glove. Maddox Mansour, ball comes out of the glove.
Sick name.
And they called it a no catch. Runner gets first. Then from there, it was just a snowball.
Yeah. That'll happen
Play around
too.
the bases.
One thing happens. Yeah.
Fly ball behind the third baseman. Left fielder and the shortstop, Adrian Rodriguez, can't figure it out. No one takes charge. Winds up running into each other. Runner on third. Runner tags.
Yikes.
Catcher missed the tag by this much.
Yikes, man.
Crazy work. Once again, these games are electric. I cannot explain more to watch these series. They are electric. They are fun. They are wonderful baseball. And they do these things in college baseball where they kind of like have mid-game meetings. It's the best way to put it. It's just like a timeout in football. It's just like timeout. And like the coach, so the manager will huddle up with the team at an at-bat and just boom. What are you looking at?
The White Sox are getting murdered. Just
2 nights in a row.
This whole inning, it's just Paul Goldschmidt just hit a 3-run shot. They're winning like 11.
I'm on my college World Series game.
I
Shut
know.
up.
Listen, I like MLB more.
So the stage is set. Oklahoma
Jesus
just went up
Christ.
5-1 against Georgia in the top of 6. This series looks to potentially have a little bow on it, but time will in fact tell.
3 innings, Mike. 3 innings. A lot can happen in 3 innings.
A lot can happen in 3 innings.
Georgia's done it a couple times.
Georgia has done it a couple times. Right now, Daniel Jackson, 3 for 1 or 1 for 3 and a strikeout. Not looking too hot. We need some love out of him for sure. So, hell of a series. Definitely would watch. Right now, we're going into the top of 6. And by tomorrow, if all goes according to plan, it is going to be a OU North Carolina College World Series on Saturday.
Fun. Solid
All right,
color matchup.
Talk about baseball. Yep.
Now let's talk about real
Solid
baseball,
color matchup.
huh?
It's all real baseball.
I know. I'm kidding.
Don't
But
you
yeah, like Mike
don't
said,
you
we'll
shut your
be
mouth,
talking
dog.
about prospects in the next coming weeks here, and we got the draft to look forward to in a couple weeks here as well as the NBA draft coming up as well, kids. So first off in the MLB, obligatory, White Sox are in first place. They take 2 out of 3 for the Dodgers. They take 2 from the Braves. They go up and they play the Yankees, and it looks like there's going to be dropping 2 to the Yankees. Listen, this is the gauntlet. And we said win 2 of these series, and they already did. So keep it moving. Doubt they're going to win this game here, but still, there's a lot to look forward to on the White Sox side of town right now.
There's a lot to look forward to there. This division is very interesting right now, and it's kind of starting to balance out. The Twins are playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
The Twins have scored more runs in their past 5 games than they've scored basically the last
they've been bad.
20.
They've been bad.
They're 500 in their last 10.
Yep.
They're 5 games out of first place. Don't be surprised if the Twins, unless they're sellers at the deadline,
They will
which
be.
they very well could be.
They will
Which
be.
we'll talk about the deadline here shortly. But this is something that for me, I'm looking at the AL Central right now, and it is not a given. The Sox and the Guardians are now tied for first place.
Mhm.
So this is going into a very, very murky before
The AL sucks. It's so bad, dude. Look
before
at this.
All-Star break hell.
The standings in the AL is so funny, dude. Like, no one's that good except for the Rays and the Yankees. It's everybody else is just kind of sitting there close to 500. You flip over to the other side and you're just like, geez, clearly the NL is better right now. Clear, like no question about it. But again, all of that being said, there's going to be some buyers, and the concern is, when do you buy? Do you buy early with a team like the White Sox or the Twins? Byron Buxton's 32. You know, they can continue to compete, and they're 5-5 in their last 10. It's all, we'll see what can happen with them, but you're no trade exceptions in Byron Buxton's contract. You have Joe Ryan out there that also could get moved. You're probably going to want to get prospects for that. The Tigers are almost certainly trading Tariq Skubal for. He said he's not going to sign an extension, so you're sending him off for 3 months. What do you pay for a guy like that? Like, there are dudes
Before
out
we
here.
get to that,
What?
Before we get to that, Vince,
Okay.
can we just relish in the fact that our White Sox have not lost a home series in over 2 months?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Without our best hitter.
Vince, without our best hitter, this
Yeah.
entire team's starting to step up. Braden Montgomery with the absolute electric show of a call-up. Now,
Mhm.
granted, it's evened out a little bit.
Sure.
But on Sunday, against a team like the Dodgers, where you're facing another one of their Japanese-born aces, you go out, Chase Mydroth goes yard.
Wait, which
Colson
one?
Montgomery.
Which was it? Another Japanese pitcher?
They have 3 of them. I don't know. Which
I thought it
one
was,
it?
Yamamoto's
Take
the
one
one
out of
that
the
almost
hat.
that almost perfect gamed him.
Well, okay. Shout out to our guy. What is his name? Tristan Peters, the former Savannah Banana, who broke up basically a perfect game with an epic home run in the 9th inning to ruin his little party.
Good man.
I mean, you have to just really enjoy that guy. Former Savannah Banana, SIU Saluki, and now playing for the South Side.
Yeah, he's been the surprise of the season. It was Emmett Sheehan. It was the redheaded dude for the Dodgers that they played on Sunday. Yamamoto almost perfect gamed us. Also, shout out Mookie Betts for making the first error in seemingly 17 years for him in the 8th inning to break it up and turn it into a no-hitter. But that was crazy to even see that.
One of the very best at what he does, by the way, and maybe just the best athlete in baseball, period.
He might be the best fielder in the baseball. It is what it is sometimes when those things happen. It's just what are you going to do?
Sam Antonacci, first home run of his career. Shout out to Sam.
Dog.
May need a jersey. Colson Montgomery. Dog. Goes
He's
yard.
going yard all the time. Going yard today.
At this stage of the game, home run at every 13 at-bats for Colson Montgomery. Pretty great.
Hell of a glove. Hell of a glove.
Chase Mydroth. Goes Oppo like Taco and maybe had a little help from the wind.
Look back at that trade, huh?
Right now.
We trade.
There's very rare trades that you may win, but we may have won that one. I'm not going to put the cart before the horse.
Trade to the Boston Red Sox, and we get back Mydroth. We get back Kyle Teal, which is we'll see, but he was good last year, and he's bound to be good this year. And Braden Montgomery. Mydroth was the latest draft pick out of all 3 of those guys, and he's playing every single day for us for about a year now.
I think the White Sox wised up, Vince, and I think they decided as an organization, we're kind of done going after the big pool talent of South America. No offense.
It's just
offense.
The Cuban invasion didn't work out too well for us.
The Cuban invasion had a big fucking attitude problem.
Yeah.
And had very shitty work ethic after they got paid.
Well, the Mets are realizing that.
Yohan Moncada, Luis Robert, Abreu was the only one who was worth his shit, but that whole locker room was toxic.
Dude, a friend of mine remember when Yohan Moncada came out with that song?
No.
He came out with the song on Spotify, and it was called Desastre Personnel, which is just personal disaster, and you're like, it's a little on the nose. We were talking about it in my group chat. Everyone's like, it's very on the nose. yeah.
The only person that you could say was worth a shit in that entire trade for Chris Sale, who's still maybe the best left-handed
He's up for Cy Young right now. He's going to be an all-star.
It would be amazing if we could go get him, but the price tag's probably insane.
Yeah, and
nothing would make me happier to see. They do need him. Many teams could need him. I would say that the only guy worth a shit was Kopech. And then you got rid of Kopech for Miguel Vargas, which Miguel Vargas, his dad played in the league, and he's an American-born, also a Cuban. But Miguel Vargas is maybe the best hitting third baseman in all of baseball.
He might be our MVP. Him or Colson right now.
Could be.
Yeah. And even Davis Martin outside of getting shelled yesterday. But before that, he's been lights out. Yeah.
That game last night, just a travesty. You know, you get a very tough Yankees team coming off of a big couple wins at home
they're
against
hot.
2 very good teams. Yes.
They're hot right now.
The Yankees,
for sure.
Yeah, they're a little cooked, maybe a little hoed up. I would say after a weekend like that, you're going to be a little hungover because you've got some fun in your system. But they're just the Yankees are hitting us really well right now. 2 nights in a row, almost 20 runs. Yes, exciting things. Now, Vince, to your point, let's talk a little bit about the trade deadline. So, Vince, there's a lot of teams up for grabs. You were bringing up the Twins. They could very well be sellers. Recently, if it was of today, Jeff Passan released his early or 2 early trade targets. Guess who's number 1?
There's 100 of them on there. It's Skubal, isn't it?
Oh, of course it's Skubal.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah. because of what I said. And he was on Rich Eisen, and I was listening to him talk today. Because of what I said. He's not going to sign an extension. The Tigers aren't good this year. Whoever is going to get him, like, all you're doing is getting a 2-month early audition to be the team that he goes to. And he's going to feel it out from every other team. So you are paying in a trade for 2 months in a playoff run with him. That's what you're paying for. What's the price tag on that? You're going to give away 3 prospects for that?
This is a Dodgers or Yankees move. That's all this is.
But still, like, you got to give away a lot for a couple months, and then him being like, I don't know.
What's the farm system for the Dodgers right now? What are they ranked? 1?
I think it's like top 3. Yeah, it still is.
Doesn't matter.
Passes
You're in
the
a
same
window
thing too. He's like, the Dodgers have the biggest payroll, and also they operate their farm system like the Milwaukee Brewers or the Cleveland Guardians. It's like, it's unbelievable. It really is.
They have the correct analytics. They spend their money on the right things. They have great management. He's going to the Dodgers. You have to believe, unless the Yankees outbid him, but the Yankees don't have much sitting around.
That's it. Yeah.
Because you look at the other teams that he has as best fits, the Braves. I don't think the Braves are going to overspend. The Brewers aren't buying. The Blue Jays and the Rays. Okay. The White Sox are definitely not in this contention.
No way. And there's no way they should. They're not even close to that yet. Again, you're getting them for 3 months. You're getting them for 3 months, man. It just is what it is. And do with that what you will, and don't overpay for it, but someone's bound to. And, there's other guys too. Like I mentioned, Joe Ryan, he's been good. Jeremy Pena, that's getting thrown around there too. He's got 1 more year after this year that you can keep on the team. Braves again. Do the Rays want to make a move for him? Because the Braves have been good this year as well. There's a lot of opportunities. If I'm the White Sox, I'm looking for maybe some bullpen help. Maybe an arm, but not overpaying for that. Like, don't overreact. I feel like a move for the White Sox is probably to get Aroldis Chapman. That feels like a move that they would make.
I would love a guy like, I think Michael Wacha would be great for the White Sox. Veteran presence. Granted, loves the Midwest, so it would make a lot of sense. You probably aren't going to have to give up a ton to go get him. You're not going to have to give up a Caleb Bonham. You're not going to have to give up anybody who's worth a shit. So now you're just like, okay, you give up a couple of prospects that are mid-tier. You go get Wacha to try and make a run. Because, I'm sorry, Eric Fetty isn't cutting it in the middle of our pitching rotation.
He's not good. This is go get Sandy Alcantara. Go get Joe Ryan. Go get Reed Detmers. That's kind of where we're sitting on it. They're not a crazy deal, but I'd like to get a pitcher in here. There's also conversations that say Suzuki could be moved.
I wouldn't think that's a terrible decision if you're the Cubs. He has not played well this year.
Yeah, but he's good and he's been on the team for a while. Like, if you want to compete, I'd be afraid to give up on him.
Well, when you think about it, you got Conforto and Alcantara as depth pieces. You can start a guy every other day and one gets hot. It's kind of the same principle. And right now, if you're the Cubs, which we will talk about their stacked injury report, you need pitching bad.
Yeah, really bad.
But then again, you really can't also undermine the fact that Bregman is not living up to the contract. Dansby Swanson,
he's so bad,
is not living up to his money either. They're both getting paid bags. And I think as a collective, they have the most runners left on base out of any hitters in all of baseball.
They do. Yeah, they do. And it's like you got to expect it to come back to median, but it's not happening. It's not great in Cubs land right now. Granted, they won a series, and it seems like they're turning stuff around. And is PCA good at baseball again? Looks like he is, but you need everybody on the team to start contributing at some point, man.
The Cubs need pitching horribly, and to kind of bury the lead. Right now, the Cubs are either in a position where one player is playing, like PCA, who hit for a cycle 2 nights in a row,
and then got picked off right away. It was kind of funny. It's like, that's so classic.
Unprecedented that a guy hits for the cycle 2 nights in a row. That is insane.
Unreal, yeah.
Now, granted, he's just tearing the cover off the ball, had that scotch of a incident in the South Side, and then clearly ever since had his little lull and then got to St. Louis, and it's been off the races.
He's hitting.
But when he's the only one hitting, the rest of the team can't, hit the broadside of a barn.
Right.
You got a bunch of other issues on this team. No pitching to get into it. Here is their list of 7 pitchers that are on the IL as of right now. Daniel Palencia, most recently, which is your closer. Jameson Taillon, Matthew Boyd, Justin Steele, Hunter Harvey, Edward Cabrera, Caleb Horton.
I mean, what is that? That's 4 starters?
Half of your starting lineup, if not more, is on the IL.
Unreal.
And you're
and
not
your closer
hitting.
And your new starting pitcher, Edward Cabrera. It sucks, honestly. I feel bad for him. That's horrible, dude. To have to deal with that is so brutal. Like, who do you put on the mound? And meanwhile, you're going against other guys in your division, which we'll talk about in a second, that are just unreal. And you can't keep a starting pitcher for the life of you.
It's bad. Considering, to your point, they're in the NL Central right now.
Yeah. Where
you have a squad like Milwaukee who just so well managed. Jacob Misiorowski may be the best pitcher I've ever seen.
That was the best game pitched. And I know we've had no hitters and shit. That was the best game pitched I have seen in the last 10 to 15 years.
Did you watch the game?
I watched the entire highlight back, and I watched the end because it was like Jacob Misiorowski's doing something insane right now. He threw a Greg Maddux, is all he did. Did you see his stat line?
Stat line?
So,
no,
and I'm pulling it up right now because it was like he went up against the Phillies too, which is also funny. It's like, what are you supposed to do? So in that game, 9 innings pitched. 1 hit.
Jeez.
No walks. 15 strikeouts. Complete game, under 100 pitches.
Efficiency.
It's obscene. And
efficiency, if I've ever heard of it.
And you look back at it and you're like, well, that guy had to be, his size, the way he throws the ball. You're like, that guy had to be top 5 drafted. I think he's a second rounder. No one wanted to draft him because they were like, well, he's slotted as a relief pitcher because the way he throws the ball, he's going to get injured. He's not going to be able to pitch that long in a game. You have a guy in the 9th inning that's throwing 103 miles per hour on the corner, on the black, in the 9th inning. And he can strike guys out at such a crazy clip that he doesn't even need to go to 3 digits throwing the ball. He's obscene. And we're in a year where you get Christopher Sanchez on the other side in the Phillies that he went the whole month of May and he didn't give up a run, and he's not even the best pitcher in their league because Jacob Misiorowski is just this fucking good. It's so crazy to watch the dude operate, dude.
He is arguably the best most dominant starting pitcher I've seen in sports in maybe the past, 20 years.
Dude, it's like
decade.
It's early career Justin Verlander is what it feels like.
Or you could even slate Randy Johnson or Chris Sale. Chris Sale was doing shit like this early on in his career as well.
The Randy Johnson comps are apt because he threw that fast and he is that type of thrower. And he's a string bean and he whips the arm and he throws high. But even at that point, no one's throwing 103, 105 in the 8th inning after 7 innings of work.
I would love to know the time of game for this inning. I would just love to know the time of game because chances are it was close to an hour and a half. It was nothing. He just mowing people down. Before the pitch clock, Mark Burley was the only person you could know that you were going to get in and out of a game in maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours.
2 hours and 4 minutes.
Wow.
And that's because I guess the Brewers scored 6 runs, so it was probably more on them than the Phillies. And the only one that got a hit eventually was Kyle Schwarber was able to just dink one, I think, opposite field, and that was about it. And you're like, no one else is touching this ball right now.
Dominant. Absolutely dominant. Right now, the Brewers are sitting at 42-25. Absolutely insane. They are
Whole
on
team.
pace to have the lowest payroll in baseball and win a division with room to spare. Right now, they're 5 games ahead of the Cards, 8 games ahead of the Cubs, 9 games ahead of the Pirates and the Reds. We talked about the Reds last week. It's not looking too hot considering the Brewers continue to play like their hair's on fire. So I am looking forward to seeing what that's going to be. But the Brewers, their story, they get to the playoffs, they shit the bed. They don't know what to do anymore. So and we'll tell.
Mike, we talked injuries, and we have a weird injury this year that's coming up a lot.
What's the weird injury?
So we talked about the Guardians. Jose Ramirez is out for a couple weeks here recently, where it's like, oh, that sucks. I got to go on a run. He got a hamate bone injury. I don't know about you, but I haven't really heard about a hamate bone.
What'd you call me?
Hamate. God, hamate. And it's this tiny little bone, like right here by your thumb, from repeated usage over and over again. Guys are taking swings. Guys are taking swings. I've been hearing, we talked about this on the pod. I've been hearing about this too. So like every team now has a traject machine that can completely replace live pitches. This is this pitcher. This is how he pitches. This is his pitches. This is where he leaves it. Go in there, take some hacks, get them going. You have guys now that are going in there and taking extra, 1,000 swings a year, just working on this traject machine. And you're like, this is all great. The undue, I guess, cause and effect of this is repeated stress on that bone over and over again could possibly fracture the bone. Take a couple weeks to heal. It's a really sensitive bone, like right in your hand there. It has taken time off for the following players: Lindor, Corbin Carroll, Jackson Holliday. Most recently, Jose Ramirez and Vinny Pasquantino, also with the same injury of just overusage or an awkward swing that ends up shattering that bone or fracturing that bone. Pretty weird. This year, it's just like, all right, clearly they're making adjustments and it's attacking them elsewhere.
As technology evolves, there's certain things that you adjust to.
Yeah.
And this is something that before you weren't taking live cuts against 90 plus curveballs, things like that. We had the opportunity with Traject to see it live and in person at Driveline Baseball in Scottsdale, Arizona. Shout out to that team.
Yeah.
Shout out to Caitlin. Shout out to Elijah Boyer. Shout out to that entire group there.
Yep.
They were fascinating to be with. Got to see some umpire training. Absolutely crazy the opportunity we had to be in that environment and see this live. But to the point, I could see after your point, repeated use, you're seeing live pitching for 1,000 plus cuts. Something's pretty bound to happen that's not necessarily positive.
Yeah, especially making contact with that over and over again. You're like, shit. And again, like, I don't know about you. Maybe they weren't saying it, but I haven't heard this injury.
Hitting off the tee. It's not hitting off a tee. It's not
slow pitch
just
BP.
Taking soft toss.
Yeah.
Just go. Just get your cuts in and keep it moving like a lot of generations did before. Granted, every Major League Baseball association and team, I'm assuming, has their own batting cage in their locker room. One would state, and probably makes a ton of sense. But it's still something to keep eyes on while technology does evolve. You can go see Clayton Kershaw throw 1,000 pitches. We saw it.
Yep. And it's awesome.
It's really neat.
Yeah.
As opposed to back in the day when you were you scrimmage, maybe, but that's it.
That's about, and he's not throwing 100% at that point anyway. So just something to keep in mind and watch as you hear if you know they're a hamate, whatever, however you say, bone injury. Wheel
maybe
teams?
Vince, maybe. Yes, wheel of death, but maybe, think about the joint. It's the wrist. It could be hitting, but it could also be a little tug, rub, zug,
Maybe
Dimitri would know all about this.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Good feet.
But Vince, maybe they're just horny little guys.
I personally think it's probably not that.
Maybe Jose Ramirez is too busy shadow boxing his piece of deal, and just like he did Tim Anderson, and then
can't count it out.
You got the hand. Now you spanked the Hamad too much, where you got the Hamad.
Any good investigation requires seeing everything. So who knows? Who knows?
Well, I don't know if we need to see everything, but it's something to consider. Vince,
Come
let's
on.
spin the wheel of death.
Who's to say? Wheel teams. There we go.
Ooh.
Welcome to Miami. Miami Marlins. Miami Marlins have had an interesting year this year, Mike. They started off pretty hot. They were at the top or near the top of the division until the Braves just seemingly took away with it. Got really bad there in the middle here, and they've kind of been on a heater recently. Again, 7-3 in their last 10. They have White Sox syndromes. They're 23-16 at home. You go away, they're 14-22 as a team. Probably sellers at the deadline. Have some young talent. Where do we see the Miami Marlins, and what's their path moving forward here now? Because, I mean, they beat the Phillies by 8 today. Like, they went out there in Philadelphia and did it.
If the Miami Marlins were in the AL right now, they would be on par to maybe be in first place in a couple different divisions, which is kind of insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about that right now, they would be tied for first place in the AL Central and tied for the first place and second place in the AL West.
It's crazy.
So that's hysterical in itself.
Yep.
They are in a position where they are playing in the best division in baseball, which is the NL East at this time. Or second best division in baseball.
However you want to crack it up. Yeah.
The Braves are 46-26. The Nationals are playing really well.
Best offense
Same
in baseball.
could go for them.
Nationals are the White Sox of the
dude.
East, dude. That's all they are. They're the same. They're doing the same thing.
The difference is they're not in first place. They have more runs scored than anybody, but their pitching blows.
Yep.
Now, I look at the Miami Marlins as sellers. And the reason I say that is because you have Alcantara, won a Cy Young, right? Or was a finalist for a Cy Young a couple of years ago.
I think he won one, if I'm not mistaken.
Had Tommy John. Isn't the same. Just crossed 1,000 career strikeouts despite a 4.25 ERA. And
he did win one.
Just isn't cutting it. Okay. See, so you won one 3 years ago or 4 years ago now, and here we sit where you're in a position he's not coming back. He's about to hit free agency, so you're better off getting anything for him. This team needs to be in a position where I'm selling. If I'm the Miami Marlins, I am selling.
Yeah, I am
now,
too.
The complicating factor at the deadline for them is rival front offices are reportedly convinced Miami will deal Alcantara this summer with the Sox, Athletics, and Yankees mention as fits. I pray to God it's not the White Sox because you're probably going to have to give up a top prospect.
No way.
So that's something for me right now. I mean, at this stage of the game, your playoff odds, if you're a Marlins fan, is 25%.
Which is higher than it's been the last couple of years, but still.
Higher than it's been, but it's easy to grow something when you start at the bottom.
It's true. That's where plants grow from, dude. You got to set roots somewhere. Looking at this team, they're so young. They're like the White Sox in that way, too.
Very young. Very young.
They don't have a single person on their team or on their bench, with the exception of Austin Slater, that is above or at the age of 30. Their oldest starter, day-by-day starter, listed starter right now is 27 years old. Otto Lopez and Liam Hicks are both 27 years old. Otto Lopez leading the league in hits, leading the league in batting average right now at a 338. Might be an all-star if they get enough votes, because we all know that's a popularity contest. Some of these names people will not know, just given their, I guess, age and where they're playing, and the interest in Miami is not as high as somewhere in Philadelphia or Chicago or anything of that nature. But all of that being said, they're all playing relatively well. Mid 200s for a couple of these guys. And then you have, Joe Mack, 23 years old. Everybody's got a positive WAR outside of Owen Casey. Owen Casey, former Cub, if you remember that, and that whole trade for their now injured pitcher on the north side. And then you look at their pitching staff, their starters. Different story. Sandy's not having a great year. He started 15 games this year, one complete game. He's got a 4.25. He's not great. He's not bad. 1-1 WAR. Max Meyer's going to be their guy that you look at more than anything. A 2.75. Also 15 games started here. But outside of that, Chris Paddock's got a 7.3. Jansen Junk on a 15-day DL's got a 4.8. Throws junk. What a name for him. I feel like for them, trading would probably be well placed in the arms of John King, Pete Fairbanks, any of those guys in their relief, in their bullpen. Not having a great year for Pete Fairbanks, but he's shown that he's been good in the last couple of years.
Well, to your point, your building blocks are there with a guy like Max Meyer. And then not only that, but Joe Mack seems to be one of the top catching prospects in all of baseball right now. So you have a fun young team. Continue to build your young nucleus, similar to like a Chicago White Sox. And then maybe next year you're competing for a division title.
They have so many creative player names. It's so funny.
These are very Owen Casey, Xavier Edwards.
Yeah. Well, just Joe Mack is
Joe Mack is the most MVP baseball creative player I've ever heard.
Yeah, even Max Meyer, even John King. And I know John King's good, but it's just funny to see John King because it's just so base level. Hey, we have the audio for this. Let's put him on.
Correct. I look at this team as a team that are definitely sellers at the deadline. And then going into next year with an aging Phillies group.
Mm-hmm. An aging Braves group. Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, the Nationals and the Marlins next year are going for a NL League East title. And, I mean, the Mets are, I don't know. It seems like Juan Soto just went for the money.
They were supposed to be good again. I want the wheel to land on the New York Mets so bad.
One of these days.
Because there's no real reason for us to talk about it, but I want to talk about it because they shouldn't be as bad as they are. And they're so bad. And clearly, like, New York is, probably 60-40 or whatever you want to say, 35-65 Yankees fans. So they're having a good time anyway. But thank God the Knicks won so all the Mets fans can be like, okay, I'm going to focus on that. I don't want to deal with this right now.
I look at the Mets as just like the biggest bag fumble of all time. Yep. It's terrible. It's really bad.
Sucks.
If you're the Mets, do you just look at seeing what you can do at the deadline just to offload everybody and just say, all right, let's just wipe this slate clean? I think you got to do it again.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Oh, it's such a shame, dude. It really is. I feel bad.
Call the Dodgers and be like, Juan Soto for every prospect you have.
I feel kindred spirits with Mets fans. As White Sox fans, I feel like we kind of are a little bit.
Oh, we're up right now, but to your point,
I'm saying
a bag of sadness.
Our low, yes, and like our position in our city in comparison to like everybody's fucking favorite classic. Oh, it's the Yankees. Oh, it's the Cubs. Like, fuck you. Like, go Mets, go White Sox, that kind of shit. And like, just to see this happen over and over again, you're like, come on. Have the Yankees play bad. Come on. And have the Mets be good. And I know the last couple of years they went to the playoffs and, they lost to the Royals in 2015. It was like they've been close. It's just they built a team and they got Steve Cohen. And Steve Cohen's like, I'm going to spend money on this team. And they did. And it didn't work out. They got rid of all the guys. They brought it around again. They go and get Juan Soto, and it's the same shit. And I feel so bad, dude. It sucks.
In many, many ways, it's you put it on their player development. And, you want to go take swings and give us a guy like Acuna. Probably he's not going to be on our roster next year if you're a White Sox fan.
But then again, they got Luis Robert. And they said in that trade, they're like, we're getting him for his defensive prowess. We're like, you see how many balls fell in center field because he didn't have the gusto to just go run and get it? Like,
or just the effort.
That's what I'm saying. Half of his diving plays were just like, all right, I guess I'll go get it. Oh, what a diving play. And you're like, he should have just caught that on the fly. Like, what are we doing?
The Cuban mentality there was to be seen. And not saying all players are that way, but the White Sox Cubans were not notoriously great. Minus Minnie Minoso and Jose Abreu, most notably an MVP. Vince, speaking of New York.
You are living okay. Because similarly colored and a hell of a lot more cultured, your team just won the NBA championship. Come on now.
Bet your ass they did. Hit the button. Hit the
I'm
button.
I'm trying to find it.
I got 100 shots, 100 clips. I'm from New York. For the next, 53 years? Crazy.
Yeah, 1973, I think the last one. Phil Jackson.
Crazy.
Philip Jackson playing power forward for the Knicks. Another wonderful comeback. A nice little halftime sprinkle of $20 for me netted me a nice 120 back to me, which was good. I needed to do it because it was like they've done it every game. Like I know this is gonna happen, and it was bleak again. But I know every Knicks fan was just like, "We're gonna win this," and that feeling has to be phenomenal. It reminds me, obviously not the same, way better. But it reminds me of kind of like the cardiac bears. You're like, no matter how far you're down, you're going to have a chance. And
there is hope.
They do it again on the back of their star player, Jalen Brunson, and all of the moves that they've made for years and years and years, trading a lot of draft picks for Mikal Bridges. Is this a good idea? Uh-oh, the Knicks do it again. They get Josh Hart, who was counted out in a lot of ways. He comes back and does it again. Jalen Brunson, they gave him a lot of money. He took a pay cut because he's like, I need guys around me that are going to play well. They get Cat, and God damn it, did it not all work? I don't know. You got to thank Tom Thibodeau a little bit because he set that team up, and Mike Brown knocked him down.
Let's not give Tom Thibodeau too much credit here.
If anything, he built the team.
No, he didn't. The president of basketball operations built this team.
Leon, who also gets a lot of credit. But
Leon gets credit.
Tom Thibodeau did help put this team together and make them play like a conducive unit. Did he manage
This is not
well?
This is not a feather in the cap of Tom Thibodeau. This is not a feather in the cap.
And I don't think he will either. But you also can't say he had. His DNA was on it. It was Mike Brown's team. He managed the game poorly with them, but goddamn it, did they play well together last year the same way. They were just gassed to shit.
Well, and Vince, that's what I'm getting at. Like, this is not a feather in the cap of Tibbs. No offense to Tibbs.
They wouldn't have won it if he was
great basketball coach. Just not the coach to get you to the finals. And, some could say that that's always been his story because, to your point, everybody's gassed because players play too many minutes, and then before you know it, you're SOL. In my eyes, I think that Mike Brown took a team that needed some creativity, brought it offensive creativity. Jalen Brunson's dad's a part of the offensive coaching staff, which I think is pretty sick. And now you have a team where they played as a cohesive unit, to your point. It also helps when Jalen Brunson scores half of your nightly points.
Dude, it was when he wanted to go shoot the free throw, and it was like, Jalen Brunson's got 32 points. They had like 45 in the game. He had like 30. And they had 0 bench points. And I'm like, is someone else going to shoot the ball? Like, is somebody else going to make one? Granted, they all had pretty good games, and Josh Hart had a hell of a game too. But game as well, not game two. But, I mean, Karl Anthony Towns was a non-factor in this game, and that didn't seem like it mattered. We were talking OG Anunoby, and, he shot 3 for 11 in this game. Like, this was the Jalen Brunson, he's the MVP, there's no fucking question game. Because we were talking about it on Friday, like, maybe OG? No. No fucking way. No way.
Well, the problem with they were foul baiting Cat so bad in the early halves of these games to try and get him out. Yeah. I mean, 4 fouls before the second quarter on Sunday night. It was just not ideal. So in my eyes, or should I say Saturday night, it was one of these situations where you look at this game and you're like, all right, well, the Spurs showed that they're young. De'Aaron Fox, I don't know if he's got just
they said they're
no brain
him.
cells bouncing. I don't know exactly what he was thinking, but he played like dog shit.
He did, and they have Dylan Harper, and they have Steph Castle, and they have Champagny can't shoot in the second half for some reason the entire series. Something was going on with that team. They're going to have to
Dylan
go
Harper
back.
made some boneheaded moves too.
He did. He's a rookie.
Bad fouls.
De'Aaron Fox is a fucking
had some opportunity. I mean, okay, the Spurs had some opportunities to close out this game and to make it absolutely untouchable. You have a young player, to your point, and Dylan Harper comes to the line, misses one? And then you had Wemby miss 2 again.
That was crazy. At home.
Wemby acted like a child, man, through this whole series.
He did, but he's like, this is the thing with him, dude. I think he's the fucking shit, first off. People are like, oh, he's French and he went with the monks and he's a good guy. Nothing in his career has proven to me that Victor Wembanyama is just like a nice guy. Like, he's never been. Like, even if you look, and I was following this thing that Bomani Jones was doing. Shout out Bomani Jones. I love that guy. But he was like, hey, Victor Wembanyama, when he did interviews in French, like, he was a conceited asshole. That's kind of what you have to be if you're going to be at his level. And people are getting mad about the handshake and shit. What is he going to do? Like, go in the middle of the dog pile? He's like, hey, good game in there. Like, what are you going to do? Just leave the floor. It's the Knicks celebration. Like, it is what it is. But he was being prissy. He was. I'll give him that.
He's being a bitch, Vince. The one thing I don't really agree with the NBA is that, for example, to your point, you just lost. Go lose like a man and shake everybody's hand.
You can't, though. When they clinch the game, they're all freaking out and dogpiling each other. What are you going to do?
Timeout at the end of the Olympics, when in hockey they lost, they line up and they shake everybody's hand.
Shake hands in
when
hockey,
the Carolina Hurricanes just beat the brakes off of the Vegas Knights last Thursday.
Yeah. Well, that's a hockey tradition, though, Mike. They always do that.
Oh, yeah.
They don't do that in the World Series. There's not a handshake line in the World Series. They're all dogpiled on the mound,
Wemby walking off felt very LeBron after he walked off in his first final.
Yeah. And we know he'll be back. He's going to be back. Like, there's no question about it.
Well, Vince, who's to say? I mean,
you're right.
Jalen Williams being out for the Thunder this year was a definite detriment.
Yeah, but they were still better.
I get it, but with Jalen Williams, that series looks a whole lot different than it did. And reminding everybody that series went 7 games. So I
think the Thunder beat the Knicks?
Yeah, actually, I do.
I don't think they do.
A fully healthy Thunder squad, in my opinion, beats the Knicks.
There was something with the Knicks where, like, it seemed like there was a higher power, dude. I don't know what.
Team of destiny, maybe, to your point.
It gave me that feeling. And I know, obviously, it's going to change depending on who you're playing, but they were really, like, fucking. Every game, you're like, Jesus Christ, like, what is going on?
If I'm Mike, I am still putting my money on the Thunder to be back representing the Western Conference next year.
I wouldn't be surprised, but who knows? I mean, the Spurs get another year. Maybe they add somebody else. Like, that's the way to go. But this is a Knicks championship. And post it, I love all of the, partying in the interviews. Did you see any of the interviews that some of these guys made?
I just saw OG Anunoby high off of his ass.
Whatever was going on with him, they were talking to him, and he was just like, just staring at the newscaster. They're asking him questions. He's like,
listen, I don't think he's got anything left, which I don't blame you, because at that point you have no more.
The time between winning and the parade is just the time for every one of those players to just get shit can wasted and do whatever the fuck they want for like a week. Mm-hmm. And I love that they waited till Thursday for this. Did you see Mikal Bridges went on Instagram Live when he was wasted?
Yes, fantastic.
That was great too. He's like, pour me a shot. It's like, Jalen Brunson's the man. He's just like talking off all of his guys. I'm like, this guy rocks, dude.
It's the equivalent of like a bunch of grown men on bachelor party vibes, just telling you how much you love each other. And after they just did it, what's so funny to me though is the post-game presser or the post-game interviews after they're on the stage, and everybody hates James Dolan. I would like to point that out. They hate that man. Did you see
the speech he gave before the playoffs though?
No.
That's doing the rounds now too. He went in and gave a speech. He's like, this is what we're fucking made for. Go out and do it. I know you can do it. All this stuff. People are like, James Dolan's like, no one really likes him. But I don't know. Is there something to that speech? I don't know.
Had his Al Pacino moment. Yeah. I will say though, that Cat hides the zestiness so well until he's on camera, or should I say off camera? Because when he's off camera, he's talking like a full blown high school girl, and then he's on camera and he's like, "Yeah, man, we did everything we can."
It's because people call him out on it, though. You know,
like I would do camera, off camera. He's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he's like, "We fucking die!" Like, yeah, and also. Get after it, kid. I don't give a fuck.
Like you're such a zesty bitch, Cat, and everybody knows it. You're not fooling anybody when you get on Major ESPN.
Yeah,
you've been like, "Yeah, man, we crushed it."
Edison, New Jersey.
And that's us. And I'm from Jersey. Off camera, guys. Where's the rosé? Like
they should have gave him some of that. You see them at the club, and Jalen Brunson's cheersing everybody. What he said?
No.
He cheers and he was like, "Fuck Wemby." They all said, "Fuck Wemby," and they cheers. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. You can say whatever you want.
Nothing more that I would love if this is a rivalry in the finals for the next 3 years. Similar to what it was, you know, with the Bulls and the Sonics, and then Bulls and Pistons, and you know,
Jazz.
Bulls and Jazz.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That would be so good.
That's so juicy. You want to know the most historic thing, Mike? You're going to love this.
What's that?
This is the first time that the winner of the NBA Finals was also the winner of the NBA Cup. I know. I knew that was going to be your reaction.
Okay.
Cool, man. That's what I saw when I saw it, too. I'm like,
sick.
Neat. Neato.
What I love about Jalen Brunson is the fact that is a Chicago-born kid. Dad played for the Bulls, went to Stevenson High School sweetheart. They both go to Xavier, and then they both graduate still together.
Nova, my bad. There you go. Wrong Big East team.
Whoops. They both go to Nova together, and then not only that, but Josh Hart and
Mikal Bridges and DiVincenzo. Yeah.
They all play on this. No DiVincenzo to see it through. That's sad.
Yes, I know, but he was on the team, and that's like shit. You kind of wish he was on it too. No, I mean, and the parade in New York's going to be insane. I would like to air out one grievance I have though.
Okay.
They have after the game, everybody's raging, right? Going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're supposed to do that. When the Cubs won, it was like that out here. When the Hawks won, it was chaos. It should be that way. Some people, man, need to think about what they're doing when they're doing it. Because, like, you know, there's people on top of, like, city buses and shit going crazy and all that's fun. I saw this one video of these two dudes. This dude was in his taxi driving. He gets stuck in the middle of it. These two dudes just hop on top of the taxi and just start beating the shit out of the taxi. And I'm like, pretty sure that when you drive a taxi, like, you buy the taxi and you drive the taxi. They're just destroying this man's property. He's just a fucking New York taxi driver. Like, guys, don't be destroying this taxi driver's fucking living. Like, that's crazy. You can't do that.
It's New York. Everybody kept saying, like, do not be surprised if this city needs Batman after this team wins the finals. And Vince, they're bringing out like 130 police officers for the parade. It's about to get worse.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be bananas.
Yeah.
I will say this much. I don't know if anybody's seen the rounds going on the internet. I call him the Spurs version of Bane. We're talking Batman.
Yeah.
But this man was walking around in a Spurs jersey.
He's not even a Spurs fan. He's not a Spurs fan.
He just likes to fight people,
He just
clearly.
likes to fight people, so he just wore a Spurs jersey, just fighting people.
So just wore a Spurs jersey, walking around New York and just beating the fuck out of people who would dare fight him.
Crazy.
He was yoked, too. He was huge.
Yeah,
He's the size of a door. I'm like, I would not fight him either.
No, thank you. You know Jose Alvarado, New York native, wins it in his city. He's Puerto Rican. Do you see him at the Puerto Rican parade?
No, I did not.
He had his first parade already, dude. He's one parade in. He was going nutty at the Puerto Rican parade
down.
I'm like, hell yeah, man. Go get it. This is the thing. Like I said, they're freewheeling. They can do whatever the fuck they want for 5-6 straight days. You can just do whatever you want.
I just want to know in 10 years from now how many kids are going to be named Jalen in the great city of New York.
There already are too many. You know where it came from?
Jalen Rose.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
That is like the first documented name, Jalen.
Yeah.
And then it just became a thing.
I know. And there's probably going to be more. I saw one video where it's just like me disciplining my kids in 15 years. It's like, hey, cat, get down from there. OG, over here. Jalen, get over here. It's like,
Jalen, Caleb, knock it off. Jalen and Caleb, two, you're done. You're done.
Well, then it was just like, yeah. And Josh, you too, Josh. It's just like a normal name.
I just hope that's us in the great city of Chicago here in the next few years, but we'll see.
That'd be
we'll
great.
see. But
maybe
Vince,
it will.
Vince, Bulls have a new head coach, and I called it.
You did.
Called it.
You did.
I called it.
And I really didn't think they were going to do it, but the Portland Trailblazers do not hire Tiago Splitter because they have a very cheap owner who also just won a championship. Fun fact of the day. Same owner as Portland Trailblazers, but they decide that they don't want to spend more than $1.5 million on a head coach, and Tiago Splitter walks, and the Bulls go through and do their due diligence and interview a bunch of people, and they get former Spurs championship center 6'11" Tiago Splitter, who also coached in France, and I believe won a championship there, comes back and coaches for the Trailblazers because Chauncey Billups, one game into the season, gets arrested for a mafia gambling ring. So Tiago Splitter comes up, leads the team to a playoff run in Portland, and he's now the head coach of your Chicago Bulls.
Love to see it. He's a Brazilian. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Didn't know that until today in his press conference. I was like,
Yes,
he's
sir.
Brazilian. Cool.
That's what I'm saying.
A dope name. Dope name.
Yeah, it is. And it's also just probably never, actually definitely never. I will hedge my bets on that. Has there been a foreign-born center who's a head coach in the NBA? And they brought this up in his press conference saying like, hey, almost all the coaches in the NBA are guards if they played. And it's true. I mean, like Steve Nash had a long time with it. Steve Kerr, Mark Jackson. Never a big man.
Patrick Ewing.
Oh, yeah, but not foreign born.
I mean, Steve Kerr wasn't foreign born. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. And he was also a guard. Foreign born big man. Never happened.
That's obscure.
No, I like it. I think it's cool. Yeah. See if it changes it up. I don't know how to feel about it. We really can't have an opinion on it. We don't know what the fuck's going to happen. We'll see.
We do not know what will happen, Vince. It's going to be interesting. What I did like about his conference is being introduced as the new Bulls head coach. He said every team is different and how each team operates is different. And I'm going to coach our players how I feel they come together best. And I was like, okay, that's a wonderful answer.
It's the best way to do it.
Good stuff. And not only that, a former player. So hopefully he can coach some big men. Hopefully we have a good draft. We'll see. The NBA season's over. Bulls are back up. Let's talk a little bit about hockey.
Yeah.
So all this is going on. That hockey's going on. The Knights, it seemed like after game 4.
You can't start with the Knights.
Yes, I can.
You got to say, hey, the Carolina Hurricanes won the fucking Stanley Cup Final.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
You start with the losers?
Yes.
Could you imagine if we went into the NBA and you're like, so Victor Wembanyama. You're like, hey, motherfucker.
I was getting into it.
Okay.
So you kind of knew after game 5 that the Knights were looking like they were being outcoached.
Yeah.
And you had a really tough game 4 where you dropped it late. You had the lead. Okay, now going into game 5, Hurricanes had your number the whole game. Game 6 wasn't even a game.
No.
3-0. And it just kept progressively getting worse. And it seemed like everything that John Tortorella and the Knights tried to do wasn't working anymore, where it was working in the earlier periods of this series. So it seems to me they were outcoached. Coach for the Hurricanes, Jack Dude. They came together as a team. Jordan Stahl's a dog. Young nucleus, older veteran players came together to win a championship. Hurricanes, congratulations. For a small town like Raleigh, this is bananas. This puts them on the map.
Yeah, and solid ownership. Really good stuff. No, that guy's a
goes
piece
to show
of
you
shit.
in hockey.
That guy's, it's
you
different.
have a salary cap. It really doesn't. It's just it's different.
Well, you do in
And
the NBA too. It's just, paying coaches and shit is all different too. But he's straight up the John Fisher, the Jerry Reinsdorf of the NHL and the NBA. And you're like,
well,
you feel bad for the Trailblazers guys, but hey, shout out the Hurricanes. Well done.
who knows? And we all know as White Sox fans, or if you are a White Sox fan, that the White Sox have taken a back seat to the Bulls for many, many years.
Mhm.
And this is kind of one of those situations where it seems like the money in this year is going to the Hurricanes, where it may, in fact, go to the Blazers in the future. Now, congrats to the Hurricanes. Congrats to the city of Raleigh. Absolutely crazy. What's crazier, the Knights are the story. Granted, the Hurricanes won, but the Knights were the story.
Yeah, they made themselves a story.
But what's crazy, they fired their coach in March, right before the playoffs, bring in John Tortorella, who was the head coach for the Rangers for a long time.
Yep.
He stepped in, guides the team to the Stanley Cup. They don't re-sign him. They're like, we're good. Keep it moving. They promote their AHL head coach of the Silver Knights to now take over as the head coach of the franchise.
It's bold. That's a bold move. But also, like, are we in
Bruce
position?
Cassidy won them a title, and then they were like,
Well, this is
who
what I'm
knows?
saying.
There could be
Are
shit
we
going on
in
the back.
position to deny any decision the Knights make? Because they've made a lot of decisions that people have questioned, and they've been to the Stanley Cup 3 times and they've won one. And they've only been a team for 9 years or whatever. Like, it's not like, how are you supposed to deny their decision making if they're this good for this long, Maybe it makes sense.
It's very true. I look at this as something where you're like, okay. It's fair. Once again, think about it like when the Knicks fired Tibbs and then said, hey, we're bringing in Mike Brown. We were like, that's dumb. I don't know where you're going. I was personally critical of it. They just won a title. Who knows?
Right. Who's to say?
You bring in the new young fresh face.
It's like when the Warriors had Mark Jackson and they were finally playing better, and then they fired him for Steve Kerr, and then they went on that run. So you never really know what's going to happen.
No, it's true. I mean, people with higher pay grades than us get paid to do this stuff.
Yep.
So their management clearly feels like they have a promising young coach. There you go. And don't sleep on the Ducks next year, because I think our good friend Quinville is coming, especially in the West. It's going to be interesting. But
congrats, Raleigh.
Finals are over. Finals are over on all fronts.
Sad day.
Next finals we have is College World Series. Everybody watch it. Vince, let's talk a little football, shall we?
Our friend is back. Don't know what happened.
I don't know how this
Brendan
publicly
Sorsby
goes. Yeah, it's crazy to me.
He is to enter the supplementary draft. The last couple weeks, supplemental, excuse me. The last few weeks we've been talking, hey, there's a whole lawsuit and he's going to court and they're doing all this stuff and they want to make sure that he can play for Texas Tech. And there's been an outroar and I was like, this is bullshit. He shouldn't be able to play. Well, maybe he agrees with them, or maybe there was writing on the wall, or I don't know what it was. He's now in the supplemental draft, where gentlemen such as Brian Bosworth, Josh Gordon, Chris Carter, probably the best out of all these guys, Terrell Pryor and Bernie Kosar have been drafted in the past. Listen, man, I can see him going to a team like the Browns and saying, hey, let's try another one out. But also, why would you? For what? Like, I know he was slotted to be a first-round draft pick probably this year. That's what they're saying. But, like, for what?
So I will say this much. He made a mistake. He owned up to his mistake. Said he'll get treatment. Take your lumps. Move on. I give him credit. He's doing the right thing. He's probably listening to his counsel and say, you know what, dude, go to the supplemental draft. Somebody will probably pick you up like the Browns. You're going to play for a shitty team either way, so go for it. Or maybe, just maybe, a team like the Rams say, oh, we deal with guys who are shit shows all the time. Come on.
The Rams?
Why not?
They just took a quarterback, too. Why would they do that again?
Even better. You give up nothing, really. You give up a supplemental pick, which I don't know what that turns into if you take a guy in the first round of the supplemental
There's
draft.
so many specific things. I don't know. It's so weird, but
So Cincinnati, it was claimed that Cincinnati said they knew nothing of his gambling, which I probably don't believe at all.
Yeah.
And from there, Sorsby played at Cincinnati for 2 years, 2024.
IU?
At IU, so they were alerted to it when he was at Cincinnati. Then he transfers this year to Tech, had a great year at Cincinnati. The school questioned Sorsby after receiving the alert and was told by the quarterback that he was denied access to the site and did not place any wagers. According to documents, Sorsby also received sports wagering education, and the matter was closed. We will reiterate what we have said before. Cincinnati said in a statement, all of our student athletes receive extensive gambling education multiple times through the year, and we would never knowingly play an athlete who violated NCAA sports wagering regulations. If we ever became aware of impermissible wagering, we would report it to the NCAA and complain with sanctions. Got it.
PR.
Okay. It's all PR. The Texas judge who comes out of retirement to give him a pardon, that's bullshit.
Yep.
He's just going to go because the Big 12 was just like, okay, fine, then we'll ban him. We'll just say
that's
fine.
what they were trying to do. They're like, we're not going to play you guys next year if you guys are doing this, which is a good precedent to set because that's stupid.
Yeah. But maybe he should just look at the SEC for a second because I could probably put good money on it that somebody in the SEC is like, oh, hey, buddy, we'd love to have you.
Well, still, but it's just, again, like I'd rather him do this to just put this whole thing to bed because the expectation shouldn't be, hey, you can just get out of it if you do it. That was my whole argument last week.
So I think he'll get picked up.
Yeah.
Now, this whole thought process that Roger Goodell's like, well, we'll have to give him a suspension of 5 games at the next level. Okay.
He's not going to play for 5 games anyway, dude. You're fine.
Correct. So I look at this as like a whatever. I just look at this as something where you're like, all right, maybe he gets picked up, maybe he doesn't, but I don't see him playing a down of football next year.
No, he should go to a team like the Steelers or the Browns or somewhere that like doesn't really.
I don't think anybody even's going to draft him because I don't think anybody wants to press.
He probably just
let him go to free agent.
Yeah, sign him to a practice squad. If he's that good, then make it work. But that's.
But everybody is talking about like, oh God, what's his name? Bald-headed guy on ESPN. ESPN has just become just a fun.
It's the worst.
Zone
Which one? Football? Bald-headed guy?
Louis Riddick.
Yeah,
Louis Riddick
pisses me off so much.
Came out today on ESPN. I heard this in the background.
Congrats to him.
Made me want to literally shoot myself in the foot. I heard this line. Well, he plays an awful lot like your Caleb Williams, like your Patrick Mahomes.
He's always
if he
wrong,
was in this year's draft,
problem.
he would have been right behind Mendoza. I'm like, yeah. You sure about that?
He was slated as a first rounder. I don't think he would have been number 2 overall. I don't think that would have happened.
I am so goofed on this. Chances are he wasn't going to be much, but you hope for the best for him.
Yeah.
Personally.
So pray for him.
Let's see. You pray for him, but that's about as much NFL news as we got.
Yeah. We got OTAs. We got all that shit. Give me some football, baby. I'm ready. 90 day, 86 days, something like that until first college football game.
For you, it's something that you should probably pump the brakes on just simply due to the fact that once football starts, it gets real, real cold. So enjoy your summer, brother.
I just really like football.
I love nothing better than a college football Saturday. You got nothing else going on. I get in my pool and I sit in the cabana with the little TV and I just put whatever mega early prime game is.
You're
like right there.
The best time of year for you is the fall. Yeah, that's a good point because it's like finally the weather starts breaking and it's pool time for you and all that. Yeah, it's true.
Oh yeah, it's still pool time now, but it just gets hot quickly.
Well, yeah, pool time now is like be in the pool or be in the shade because you are gonna die. Like that's what it is where you are.
I'm looking forward to some reprieve. The boys will be back in town here soon. Mike's going back to Chicago for some 4th of July festivities. Looking at the weather, very tepid summer, but I might be saying that a little too soon. But will tell.
Be right now. It's tepid. It was tepid. Is that the word? Temperate, whatever we want to go with.
Temperate.
Yeah, it'll be in the mid to high 80s before we know it again. So just be aware.
We'll see. We'll see. I can't
Bring
wait
your
to get
powder.
some humidity, man. Oh, my balls will be antiqued.
Bring your powder.
They will be aggressively antiqued. If you are a ball powder brand and you would like to sponsor the podcast, please call us
I'd love it.
312-725-2107.
I'd
We would love to powder up the undercarriage. All right. Well, would love to thank Dimitri for his lovely call today on feet.
Good feet.
And enjoy your footy or your sucker or whatever you like to call it. And as always, we will see you next week.
Peace.
Talking Tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, you know. Jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah, you know.